It's in the way we shook, it's in the way we overtook. All that is real, made it our own. All that we feel was not what we were shown. 'Cause we go up in this, a false internal bliss. You really make it. I'm gonna start that over.
Let's restart cameras.
Sorry, guys. All right. Welcome to Mom's House. I'm Roger from Roger's Arsenal, and I'm gonna play some songs. This first song is called "Time Off." Looking for more than what you had in store, but nothing remains the way you had it before. They seem like better days, the ones you gave away. The past always comes back to buy you anyway. Still don't give up. Still don't give up. Steal yourself away. One more try again. If the world would bend to everything you do, 'cause it's the master of your den. The who you are inside is best left there to hide. 'Cause if you let them in, they might break down and cry. But still don't give up. Still don't give up yourself and steal yourself away. But still don't give up. Still don't give up yourself and steal yourself away.
Well, that was great. Thank you so much for playing for us. I love the new album, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah, I was actually I just kind of want to go into that since it's like the newest stuff you've been putting out lately. Mm-hmm. Too Many Hats. Where did the name come from? For it, I'm curious.
Kind of a cheesy name. Totally cool with that because I'm pretty cheesy. It's because in the past year, a couple years, I've taken on too many projects, just crazy amounts of projects, and wearing too many hats, you know, honestly, just being like, we're doing, producing, you know, recording, playing drums in a band, trying to put out my own material, doing all this together, and then, you know, just feeling like, holy crap, I'm just burned out. You know? And this album was basically stepping back and going, okay, I want to be like I was when I was 19, where I had only one thing to work on, and
Yeah.
that was my own music, and nobody else's, nothing else. And that's pretty much, where that kind of came from.
So you're just gonna like focus on a project and.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I made a decision this year to actually not play in other bands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I want to do my own stuff.
That's
Like,
awesome. Yeah.
I write all the time, and might as well push my own material, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I have the same problem with getting involved in too many things.
Have to say no sometimes.
Yeah, which I'm
It
terrible
feels wrong.
at. Or I just like I get super excited about doing something. Like, oh yeah, let's do
same.
something else.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you realize it's like, oh, I need to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
Damn
need to
it.
sleep.
If only I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But
sure.
we were actually having like a really good chat about the album earlier. Then we stopped because we should leave it for the interview.
Always happens.
But you were telling me how this is like a very different album for you. I'm just curious, like if you could explain to everyone else how that is.
Sure. Different in the way that more loose. I really wanted to go back, like I just said, I wanted to go back to when music was fresh. So not a million takes, not all this stuff, just kind of going right to the bare bones. And I had this other, the other thing is to like all my albums and all the things that I've done before, I've recorded most of the instruments on it, all the backup vocals, I've done all that kind of stuff. And then this year I went, wait a minute, I have so many friends in the music community that I've never played with, and thought, what if I asked them,
Yeah.
So I got all these friends of mine to just come and play, and I didn't give them any ideas of what to play either. So I just sent them the songs, and they came in and played them. They were themselves on the track, and they pretty much made it better.
I love that
the
idea,
album is
though.
good, but like they made it way better. So
Yeah.
and it was really about just hanging out. It wasn't about like, okay, we need to do this now. Like, we've got 10 minutes for this and this and this. It was hanging out.
Yeah.
And it made the album more chill that way,
That's really cool actually, because I have a hard time sometimes like when it comes to creative projects relinquishing like control on that.
It's tough.
But that's cool that like you gave control to other people, and like the album just grew in different ways,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is that's really awesome. So it's more of like a community effort almost. I
It
guess.
was,
Yeah.
like I wrote the songs
still-
and everything
still
was
yours,
done,
yeah.
but like there's one little story, like one of the keyboard tracks on one song. Basically, the keyboardist came in and I was doing the sound for everything, just getting like sound check and everything, and he's playing this riff, and I thought, man, that's cool. And I said, like, dude, that's a great riff. He's like, oh, thanks. Never even thought that that's what he was gonna be playing on the song. So okay, you ready? Okay, start recording. He starts playing that exact riff. I'm like, holy shit! Didn't
Yeah.
realize that would actually fit on there, right? Like, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Did the album kind of end up in a place where you thought it would, or did it like take like a completely different direction?
I actually did not think about where it would end up.
You just were kind of
That was the big thing.
It was just fluid, and you were okay
Yeah.
with that, and it was just moving
Yeah.
forwards. Oh,
I was just
really
really
cool.
excited to see where it was gonna go. I knew
Awesome.
what the
I like
songs
that.
were. I knew my part,
Yeah.
but everything else I really didn't have any kind of idea. So, and I made a point
Yeah.
to not think about that, right?
Yeah.
So
Interesting. We were once again we were talking earlier, and then we cut it off about how you produce your own music and you record it all and that. And I know, just once again going back to me personally, like when I work on a project and I edit something I shot, I just get like really nitpicky about it, and I end up doing things I don't need to do, but I'm just doing them because I can.
yes.
So I'm just curious for you, what's it like how do you find it producing your own music?
There's a lot of swearing.
a lot of anger comes out.
Yeah, especially when I'm recording vocals. For some reason, that brings a lot of anger. Except for this one. This one I didn't do more than 3 takes on anything on the album.
Oh,
it was
nice.
basically
Yeah.
kind of, well, it's going to be what it is. And I did fix things here and there, but it was very minimal. And but it's tough hearing your own voice all the time. It
Yeah.
sucks. It's kind of weird, You get used to it over time, I guess, but it's hard to kind of nitpick at it without thinking, like, seriously, internally going, I suck.
No,
when
absolutely,
you're
I
mixing
get you.
something, like, man,
Yeah.
I suck. What's going on? What's wrong with me? And then you listen to it the next day and it's like, no, I don't. It's fine.
Yeah. I just go back in what we were talking about earlier. You were saying that you kind of took this album back to like a different place in your life
Yeah.
when you were recording that. You were saying you just kind of went back to like when you were 18,
Mhm.
and you just wanted to record kind of like a more, I guess, like maybe fluid fashion, less controlling of everything,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing too. When I was a kid, well, a kid. I guess 2019 is not a kid, but I feel old sometimes. But when you're then, everything is new. The first time you record, you've just written songs within that 6 months,
Yeah.
and you put it out, and it's new. Where I feel like lately, songs that I get to record, I've had for 5 years, and it's kind of hard to be fresh with. This album too, most of the songs were written within that 6 months of
Yeah.
actually recording, so they
Yeah.
were very fresh, and that was something I wanted too. I wanted to do something now. I didn't want to like record, some
Yeah.
stuff. And oddly enough, I have another album that's not done, that Pascucci's worked on, actually, that will get done.
Yeah.
But that album had been in the works for so long
Yeah.
that I just kind of didn't want to work on it anymore. It's like, man, I love the songs, but I didn't want to work on it anymore. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this ukulele thing really quick. And
Yeah.
that was the whole thing of going back to the roots, where when I was, just starting playing music, I wasn't thinking about all the angles and all the things and everything,
Yeah.
And,
Absolutely. You're just
that's
pushing
where
it
the
out through
fun
like the
is.
excitement of it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of where I was trying to get to,
Yeah. No. Absolutely. And you've been in like a few bands and a few different projects.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking earlier, kind of one bordering on punk almost. And
Yeah.
then I'm just curious, how have you found it? How do you find that like all of your different musical experience from like all these different ranges of genres? Do you find that like it kind of like it feeds into what you make now, or is that just part of the journey as you're moving forward?
It's part of the journey, but it definitely influences you, when depending on what project too, if it's other writers and I'm just a musician on board or whatever, you take things of how they write and how they put songs together, and you kind of, in HCE, like the drummer, especially for me, I've lifted some of his drumming styles,
Yeah.
and just the kind of things like that, for sure. I've definitely, been influenced that way, or even with Autumn Still that I played in, a lot of the guitar licks, I was influenced by Trevor's guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
And so definitely you learn from that. I think the biggest thing, though, I don't really think about that when I'm writing. My writing is whatever comes out at the time. I sit almost every morning around 6 a.m., which is weird for a musician. But I sit with my whatever instrument, and I play through whatever I'm writing on, and if nothing comes out, I just move on. Some days I'll just... And then something comes in, and then I start writing. And if I'm thinking too much and trying to be like, oh, what's next, then I stop writing, because I'm thinking too much about it. So it's all about not thinking, is totally just letting go to whatever comes out.
And just
So,
like organically.
yeah, I try
creating
to,
music, yeah.
And I feel like the best stuff that I've written, that I like the most, that I connect the most with, all written that way. And I'm sure I'm influenced, obviously, by any band that I've been in. And I've written some heavy music. I've written some acoustic music. This is just ukulele music.
Yeah.
I don't really think too much about that. Yeah.
It's just like you're going through life and you pick up all these different things.
Yeah.
And just slowly, like, even if you're not thinking about it, like, there
It
might
happens.
be a little bit of in there.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just something that, like, even if you're not consciously picking it up, it's just something that's kind of in the back of your mind there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Because you take things from everybody, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the joy of playing music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was great to sit down and talk some more.
Cool.
You can pick up Roger's album on Bandcamp,
Yep.
and maybe sometime in the future, physical release. We'll see.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, if you want to go into your next song.
Okay, will do. Thanks. Yeah, the song is Ghosting. It's in the way we shook, it's in the way we overtook. All that is real, made it our own. All that we feel was not what we were shown. We grow up in this, a false internal bliss. Does it really make you wanna fight for what you believe is right? Or let stronger feelings take you up or down. It's in the way we crush, it's the great emotional hush. All the colors have gone out, all the lights are flickering out from the one pill. Insanity is at a spill, for you are on a holiday. Your real self has gone away. For what you believe is right, oh, let stronger feelings take you up or down. Oh, down, down, down. Oh, down, 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 down. A pretend for real, but we cannot admit. A pretend for real, but we cannot admit. If we go on with ghosting, we'll all end up corpses. A pretend for real, but we cannot admit. A pretend for real, but we cannot admit. If we go on with ghosting, we'll all end up corpses. Cool. Right on. Yeah, that went. Yeah, super happy. I didn't mess up some like.